Hey guys, what's up everyone? Welcome or welcome back again to another video tutorial lesson from the Apex Predator Billiards Training Club. My name is Apex Elenio, your aspiring professional pool player and pool instructor based here in the island of Jamaica. And I'm very excited to be here with you today. I'm very excited to be bringing this particular tutorial lesson on this 10 ball break and run. It's just one of those 10 ball break and runs out of many that I've had both in 9 ball and 8 ball, but it just really stands out for me in terms of my execution and of course how I was able to maneuver my way around the table using the correct principles of position play and cue ball control. Of course, you would have seen my previous upload where I had a failed attempt where I had an interesting safety battle, very short safety battle with the ghost, and I came out almost running the rack, but I just simply made a few errors that were very unacceptable, and eventually I got some lessons, I got some experience from that rack. But of course, nothing short of spectacular, and I'm now bringing you here a more refined break and run. So of course, if this is the first time here on the channel, consider smashing the subscribe button below, turning on your post notification bell, leaving some positive questions and comments down below, and of course do not forget to smash the like button. Alright guys, so we are in fact going to be starting off here with the break shot, and of course you guys should be very much aware that the break shot is single-handedly the most important aspect in a pool player's game when it comes to running out a rack of 10 ball, 9 ball and or 8 ball. And in hindsight guys, of course we would love for the cue ball to be parked in the center of the table, with each time having a look at the opening shot and or the lowest numbered ball. But of course there are many variables that contribute to the consistency of the break shot. Now for this particular break shot here, I was successful in getting a ball down and having a look at the opening shot, which is the 1 ball, but it's a tough opening shot because I can't really do much with the cue ball. I'm bridging close to the short rail, and the position on the 3 is not easy to get on. The only thing that I can perhaps do here is perhaps play position for a bank or play position for a 3-6 combo. So I'm just gonna get down here using some center high. I'm gonna be just rolling this 1 ball into the corner pocket, and of course settling in here for some sort of shot on the 3. If I don't get exactly what I intend on getting, then I may have to resort to some sort of safety, but it is in fact a very well executed shot, opening shot there on the 1. Now you will actually see here in the replay that is coming up on screen here, exactly where the cue ball was in fact my exact intent. You will see here in the replay that before actually playing position from the 1 to the 3, I indicated that I wanted the cue ball to be exactly where it is. So I in fact played position for the bank. Now I'm going to be using the Dr. Dave Billiards once more than twice bank system, a very reliable bank system when we are off angle, when it's not a dead bank. So just using a bit of stun follow here and medium fast speed, I was able to deposit that 3 ball into the pocket. It was a very steady stroke, a very tidy stroke here, and you can see how I stay down on my shot and execute to perfection. Of course the position on the 4 here was fortuitously attained. I would have been trying to actually get position on the 4 to the left, to the top left corner pocket, but a nice nudge there on the 4, on the 8 pardon me, got me into position for a 4-8 combo. So now right now I'm just pretty much looking at calculating the combo. It's not a very difficult combo, but what's going to be challenging is leaving a fairly good position on the 4 after the combination, so I can easily transition to the 5 that is on the bottom short rail. That's going to be key. Many pool players, amateur levels, and even at the intermediate level, oftentimes just play certain shots without thinking ahead. It's very important that you guys think 3 balls ahead in the rack, and that 5 ball is all the way up to the other side of the table, so it's going to be crucial here for me. Now, you would have seen me do some gestures here on the table. I've already indicated how I want the cue ball to travel. I had a very closer look at the draw angle of the cue ball here, and it hit exactly where I wanted it to. But unfortunately there, well, fortunate for me, I was able to hit the 10 full, still leaving me a shot here on the 5. A deep screw back with inside spin here was what got me the result that I now have. Of course, just looking back at the shot now, I realized that I really didn't need any spin, because I really wanted to come into position without bumping any balls. But it didn't hurt my position here. I'm now back in perfect alignment here. Now I have a thin cut here on the 5, and it's not going to be easy in terms of the position, because I need to get an angle on the 6 that will easily allow me to get back onto the 7. If you notice that my cue ball has to be moving up and down the table based on the position of the balls, so the angle here on the 6 is going to be crucial. So just cutting that thin 5 ball into the corner using some top right spin, going down to the bottom short rail, and just coming back up into the middle of the table there or thereabout, which now obviously gives me the perfect angle that I need to get back onto the 7. Now you would have seen me here walking around to take a look at the positional zone that I want here on the 7, which is around the 2nd diamond. So I've already decided what I needed to do, or what I need to do in fact, is to play with some high left spin here, traveling the rails, moving the cue ball multiple cushions, because I definitely need to land into this zone right here so I can have a perfect shot here on the 7. So some high left here, not too much though. Of course, I would have needed a bit more lateral spin to get into that zone. If you notice where the cue ball hit, it hit exactly into the spot that I had intended, that I wanted prior to playing the shot on the 6. So you'll see here that my cue ball positional play is of course spot on. It's of course something that I put a lot of thought and work into, and it landed me nicely on the 7 here. Really good rack here, guys. It's just a very touching rack for me. It's nothing special, but it's just the execution that really got me into a really heightened mood here for the run. Now I almost messed up a little bit, here. I really should have played with a bit more force. The spin that I played on the cue ball was in fact high center, but I needed to punch the cue ball with a little bit more authority here to just come over for an easy putt onto the 10 here. Now this shot here is very similar to the 5 ball shot that I had played. It's a very thin cut. You have to be very careful. The possible scratch into the top right pocket here is liable, so a little bit of side spin here, just spinning that cue ball and throwing that 10 into the pocket and escaping there and just punching the table. It was just really the execution that really got me celebrating. It's nothing special, guys. Of course, it's something that you guys can also do yourself, but it's just really awesome here. Let's have a look at what I have to say about this.
I played on the 1 to play for the aggressive bank on the 3. That was slow, that was just purely bravery. I cannot say what I would do if I was in another rack. All I can say is that was a really good run out, and I know that the practice is really and truly paying off, and I'm hoping that I can really get some titles for you guys. Woo! That was a good one. That was a really good one.
Alright guys, take care until we meet in the next lesson.